see from him in the early stages is that he's willing to roll his sleeves up and get dirty and kind of put himself about. And if you can do that, obviously, I'd stand out and kind of, it's a bit cliche, but he's a defender, so he's going to have to do the dirty side of the game as well.
And you were actually a month younger than he was when you made your Premier League debut. We've been delving in today, so just give us an idea of the. Well, you're looking better than him and I anyway, so you're okay. Just to give you the size of the Liverpool, filling in for Trent. The temperament you need to go into the Premier League at that age, into a team like that.
Yeah, I think obviously for him, he's going in there with, he's got no fear. He's going out there and he's playing in a team that, are on a rich form and are kind of, on the charge to kind of retain, to go on and challenge for the title. So I think for him, he's going out there and he knows he's got nothing to lose. So he can go and express himself and give everything that he's got.
Jurgen Klopp wasn't happy with the first half yesterday, but again, his in-game management, and you saw what happened in the second. They're 5 points clear. They've lost once in 32 Premier League games. But this might sound silly question in a way, Michael. Have we seen Liverpool consistently at 90 minutes at the top level yet?
No, I think it's not silly, Steve. I think it's a fair point. You've got to commend Liverpool for changing that whole midfield over the summer. One or two players in attack as well. That's not, that's a work in progress as well. And when you change so many players, or such a compartment of the team, an important part of the team like that, to continue winning as you're going through change is not easy. So I think I agree with you. I don't think they've been at this. So when we used to watch Liverpool with Mane, Salah, Firmino, and just that, they were just a machine. They just absolutely blew everybody away, and it was brilliant football to watch. I think it's fair to say that with the team, and to be on the points total that they are, having lost one game, and you could argue very unlucky to lose that game against Tottenham with the Diaz, disallowed goal, etc., etc. So all intents and purposes, you could, they're virtually unbeaten this season. It's a phenomenal record. So they're very serious, contenders, of course, for the league. Manchester City will be looking at them thinking they're not letting up at all. 5 points clear. I know they played one more game than Manchester City, but they're seriously in this title race.
Yeah, and they're winning at Bournemouth without Trent Alexander-Arnold, as we mentioned, without Szoboszlai, without Andy Robertson, and, of course, without Mo Salah, who was at the AFCON African Cup of Nations. He then picked up a hamstring injury, and his agent has confirmed in the last couple of hours that he has returned to Liverpool, and he is out for potentially a month. And the bad news for Joel is that Crystal Palace aren't on that list of fixtures that he potentially is going to miss. He'll be back for April, I think, is when you play Liverpool, Joel. But you've got a few more hurdles to worry about before then. These are the games that Mo Salah could miss. He's missed 10 Premier League games since he signed for Liverpool, and Liverpool haven't lost any. However, amongst that, and there's a potential League Cup final possibly as well if they overcome Fulham and get to Wembley. What damage could that do in this run to what we're talking about?
Well, Mo Salah simply doesn't get injured, does he? So it's a bit of a shock to the system at the moment. It's not the worst of runs for Liverpool. This could be a real tough one. This Arsenal game here away from home, that's going to be a tough one to miss. You'd think that they can comfortably win the other games. Chelsea at home is not easy, but you'd think that they can win the other games without a Mo Salah. Of course, the League Cup final could be a huge game as well. You would like to think, by all reports, you would like to think that he'd be back for that. But hamstring injuries are notoriously, you don't want to re-injure yourself. Kevin De Bruyne did it early in the season, of course. I did it many times. So it is an injury that you can re-injure, redo. So let's hope he has a clear run at it. It's not the worst set of fixtures, but of course, when you're going for the title, you're so important. Like Mo Salah is, you don't want to be missing any games.
Listen, if you're an opposition player, and you have been many times against Liverpool, you get the team sheet. There's still Diaz, Núñez, Jota, but if you're facing them without Salah, does that give you a glimmer of more belief?
I think his record speaks for itself, and you kind of, when you see his name on the team sheet, you're going to be in for a tough afternoon. But you're also facing Liverpool, and I think what you've seen throughout this season is, okay, they might not have played the best or at their best, or they might not have been at the top, and Klopp obviously alluded to that in the first half, but they're still churning out the results, and that's the sign of a title-winning team, that they can, still do it when their backs are up against the rope or when they're not playing as well as they would like to be doing. But I mean, Mo Salah obviously, I think, is a huge player for them, and will continue to be so. And I'm sure he'll be fresh and raring to go after this break that he'll have, and it make sure that his body's in the right place when he's called upon.
Right. So now, and in this potential period, no Mo Salah. Step forward, Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
Who got those 2 goals, which we're going to have a look at again at Bournemouth. He's into double figures for the season, just as he reached last season with 15. Are there signs from perhaps some of his rashness in front of goal that we've looked at on this show previously, that he's beginning to find a little more composure, experience, belief in front of goal for you?
Yeah, small signs, absolutely. He's a goal scorer whereby when he's got too much time to think, he might not be as good as he should be. When it's all quite natural, then I think that's when he comes into his own. Let's have a look at area of the goal to become bigger as well by using that spin. And I just think that those, for him, I think he can really improve his finishing by repetition. And I think it's so important, the club, that the coaches work on him. He could be an absolute jewel in the crown of Liverpool for years to come. When Mo Salah's no longer there, in a few years, he could fill the void. I can't really see anybody else scoring 30-plus goals to fill the Mo Salah void in the future. But I think he could. He's got the scope to do it. I mean, he must be a nightmare to play against. Direct, strong, quick.
I was literally just about to say, I think, for me, he's doing all the right things. And his runs, he's playing off the back of the centre-backs. He's running in behind. He's getting himself into those positions. And it's only a matter of time